Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today's is for multiple choice questions. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. As you can see on the right side of my screen, here we have multiple questions. So choose the correct letter A, B, C, D. But basically, multiple questions, they are like we have two types of multiple question choice. One is when you have five options, but here we have four options, A, B, C, D. So yay, the strategy is, of course, please remember that they come in order. The answers, they come in order. And my favorite part, they say in the first paragraph, in the second paragraph, and so on. That's nice one because it's game changer. Wonderful thing. It saves our time. And the strategy, let's dive into the strategy. The first thing you should do is always try to highlight the keywords. Yes, they are our friends because they are going to give us a little time to little time to spend and find the answers. This is the first one. The second one, please try to read all the options because if you keep them in mind, it's going to give you like more chances to find the right answer. So you should really understand the options and keep them in your head while you're looking for the answers in the passage. And the third thing, and the third thing is going to be when you're going to read the information in the text, you should compare with the information what is given in the options and with the information which is given in the passage, okay, in the paragraph itself. So yeah, that's all. So let's dive into it. Let's practice. So in the first paragraph, the writer introduces the topic of the text by, and let's read everything, defining some commonly used terms, questioning a widely held assumption, mentioning a challenge faced by everyone, specifying a situation which makes us most anxious. So if you remember, I told you should really highlight the keywords. So let's do that in the first paragraph. Here we go. And the writer introduces the topic of the text. So yeah, now if you want, you can read the options again, but basically I know what they are about. So now it's your job to keep them in mind. Please try to keep in mind what they are talking about in the ABC options. So yeah, the first paragraph, here it is. This is my favorite part, as I mentioned, then that they give you the chance to find the answers very quickly. So in the first paragraph, it's very quick to find. So let's read it. Some of the most important decisions of our lives occur while we're feeling stressed and anxious. From medical decisions to financial and professional ones, we're all sometimes required to weigh up information under stressful conditions. But do we become better or worse at processing and using information under such circumstances? Okay, yes, as I mentioned earlier, I keep them in mind. So I have this one, questioning a widely held assumption. So the first thing which my brain is noticing is question. So this B option. Now I'm going to compare the option with the information given in the passage. So we do see a question. So questioning a widely held assumption. Assumption means a belief, like widely held beliefs. Questioning. So let's come back, but do we become better or worse? Better or worse gives me the vibes of rhetorical questions. So yeah. So we're going to eliminate the answer. So the key here, after highlighting the keywords, after comparing the information with the questions options, is eliminating. So as you can see, this is a great trick. This is a wonderful thing. As you can see that they don't match, the information in the passage doesn't match with the information given in the option, you're going to cross it out. So eliminating is the wonderful technique here. So you're going to narrow down your options. It will give you a higher chances to find the information. So please use that one. So I'm eliminating B, and let's keep reading about other options. Defining some commonly used terms. Terms, yes, we do see terms like financial, anxious, processing, professional ones, stressful conditions, medical, yes, medical, financial, and are they defining? No, there is no definition. So we're again eliminating crossing out. So crossing out in this multiple choice questions is a great one. It's a great technique to narrow down your options. So we have arrived to the C, mentioning a challenge faced by everyone. Challenge, yes, we do have a word like sometimes required to weigh up information under stressful conditions. This is a key word which matches with the word challenge. So mentioning a challenge faced by everyone, and the word everyone are we, our, yes, they also match. So let's keep C. But yes, we're keeping C as the possible answer, but we're jumping to the D one. Even if you are sure that the right answer is C or A or B, please read the all options, because sometimes here is a trick. IELTS loves to trick you and they might catch you. It might be a trap. So let's read D if you're not sure, completely sure with the option C. Specifying a situation which makes us most anxious. Specifying, we do have a word anxious, but there's no, I don't see any situation where they are specifying situation makes us most anxious. No, it's general information. It's just an intro. So C is the right answer. This is how you find the multiple choice questions answers. So very easy. So let's move on. Let me clear everything. And 28. What point does the writer make about firefighters in the second paragraph? So the second paragraph, our favorite one, hopefully not only me, I love it, you also do from now on. So what point does the writer make about firefighters in the second paragraph? Point, yes, point, firefighters in the second paragraph. So highlighting the second paragraph, firefighters. So let's read the options. We have to keep them in mind. We have to understand, and after that, we're gonna skim the passage. The regular changes of stress levels in their working lives make them ideal study subjects. The strategies they use to handle stress are of particular interest to researchers. The stressful nature of their job is typical of many public service professions. Okay, their personalities make them especially well suited to working under stress. Oh, wow. That's cool. So we are really keeping them in mind, A, B, C, D options. And now it's time to read the paragraph. My colleague and I, both neuroscientists, wanted to investigate how the mind operates under stress. Ooh. So we visited some local fire stations. Firefighters, our keyword. So firefighters work days vary quite a bit. Some are pretty relaxed. They'll spend their time washing the truck, cleaning equipment, okay, cooking meals and reading, huh? Okay, gives me the vibes of their like hot guys cleaning their trucks. Okay, never mind. So let's move on. Other days can be hectic with numerous life-threatening incidents to attend to. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. They'll enter burning homes to rescue trapped residents and assist with medical emergencies. Yes, these ups and downs presented the perfect setting for an experiment on how people's ability to use information changes when they feel under pressure. Oh, yes, that's true. That's true. So yeah, and our keyword is a firefighter. Firefighters here. And what point does the writer make about? So let's come back to the options. The regular changes of stress level in their working lives make them ideal study subjects. So if you remember, we have these points, these ups and downs presented the perfect setting. The perfect setting is ideal study like subject, the perfect setting for an experiment, how people's ability to use information changes. So yeah, regular changes, and they're like experiment, ups and downs, studies. Yes, 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 yes. I might keep A as the possible answer, but still, please try to read all the options as well. So yeah, regular changes or make them ideal study subjects. They are all about these ups and downs. Presented the perfect setting for an experiment. Yes, career, study subjects. Here we go. Their experiments and ability to use information changes when they feel under pressure. So let's come back to B. The strategies they use to handle stress are of particular interest to researchers. The strategies. Do we have strategies? No. We have what firefighters usually do in different situations. No, I'm not going to use that, so I'm crossing it out. We have no strategies. The stressful nature of their job is typical of many public service professions. It's typical. The stressful nature of their job is typical of many public service professions. So are they mentioning that? I think no. I think no. I have nothing about like their typical many public service professions. No, we don't have that. So we're eliminating, crossing out. Next, their personalities make them especially well suited. Personalities now. We have nothing about their personalities. So yeah, the clear answer is A. So this is how you eliminate, compare the answers with the compare the options with the information given, and you should find the keywords as well. So 28 is A. Next question. What is the writer doing in the fourth paragraph? Oh, I love it. So this is the fourth one. This is the fourth paragraph. Let's highlight that. And fourth paragraph, what is the writer doing? The keywords done. Now, options. Explaining their findings, justifying their approach, setting out their objectives, describing their methodology. Okay, we're keeping them in mind. Explaining their findings, justifying their approach, setting out their objectives, describing their methodology. So let's read it. This is how we arrived at these results. We asked the firefighters to estimate their likelihood of experiencing 40 different adverse events in their life, such as being involved in an accident or becoming a victim of card fraud. Okay, we then gave them either good news that their likelihood of experiencing these events was lower than they thought, or bad news that it was higher, and asked them to provide new estimates. Okay, so yeah. Now, the option number one, explaining their feelings. Do we have here? No, we do have like we do have explaining their findings, not feelings, excuse me. Explaining their results, findings. We do have a word result here. Explaining, but no explanation. We have a synonym, but we don't have an explanation, so we're eliminating A. Okay, so next one, justifying their approach. Are they proving something? Justifying. So let's see, justifying their approach, experiencing these events. No. We have nothing about like justifying here, so we're crossing it out. Next, setting out their objectives. Objectives, goals. It is the other way to say goals. Setting out their goals, objectives. So, no, we don't have goals here. No, we do not have them. So we have only D. So describing their methodology. So yeah, we do have. We ask the firefighters to estimate and ask them to provide new estimates. They're all about describing their methodology. Okay, so yes, we have found the right answer is D. So yeah, this is how you do it. As you can see, the answers, they do come in order, but don't worry, they're gonna give you these words like fourth paragraphs. But if they don't give you the words like fourth paragraph, first paragraph, second paragraph, don't worry, the answers do come in order in multiple choice question types with 4 options. Okay, but in 5 options, they will not come in order. So the last one, in the 7th paragraph, the writer describes a mechanism in the brain, which 7th paragraph describes a mechanism in the brain. Let's find the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is here. 7 is here. Let me erase this ones. Here we go. And number 7, when we experience, yes, we do have a word brain. Now, let's read the options. Enables people to respond more quickly to stressful situations, results in increased ability to control our levels of anxiety, produces heightened sensitivity to indications of external threats, is activated when there is a need to communicate a sense of danger. Okay, now we do remember, we do have them in mind. Now let's read. When we experience stressful events, a psychological change is triggered that causes us to take in warnings and focus on what might go wrong. Brain imaging reveals that this switch is related to a sudden boost in a neural signal important for learning, specifically in response to unexpected warning signs such as faces expressing fear. Okay, faces expressing fear. Okay, let's start with A. Enables people to respond more quickly to stressful situations. No, we don't have anything about, like, we do have a switch. Switch is respond, but is there anything about more quickly to stressful situations? Is there about enables people to respond, to react more quickly? No, we're crossing it out. So next, B, results in increased ability to control our levels of anxiety. Results. No, we don't have any results in such a little paragraph. Results in increased ability. No, we don't have it. Crossing it out. Produces heightened sensitivity to indications of external threats. Threats. We do have a word threats, which is a fear. And threats here produces heightened sensitivity. Unexpected warning, which is a heightened sensitivity, indicates, yes, signs such as facing experiences, produces heightened, yes, especially in response. Produces means in response. This is the key word, paraphrasing. Heightened sensitivity, unexpected warning to indications of external threats. Signs, its indications, external threats, faces expressing fear. So yeah, the possible answer is C. We're keeping it highlighting. And let's come back to D. Is activated in the brain, which is activated when there is a need to communicate a sense of danger. Brain, in the brain mechanism. This mechanism is activated when there is a need to communicate a sense of danger. Communication. No, we don't have anything about communication. Is activated. The mechanism is activated when there is a need to communicate a sense of danger. No, we don't have this communication here. So the answer is C. So that's it. That's it. What you need to know about multiple choice strategy. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna nail that using this piece of advice. Thank you. So if you want to join my one-to-one lessons, follow for more videos, or you can just check the description below box, and you are going, if you want, you may want to text me on my Telegram. So yeah, I provide one-to-one English and IELTS lessons. So thank you. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Bye-bye.